Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making what I think is the most important seasoning that you can keep in your refrigerator. It is Mojo de Ajo, translates as a bath of garlic. And we're going to make this as a roasted garlic bath. It can be done on the stovetop in oil, sort of confitting the garlic, but today we're going to make a roasted garlic Mojo de Ajo. I've broken apart 4 heads of garlic here. I've got all the chaff over there, and I'm going to put that into a skillet that I have heated over medium heat. I'm going to dry roast these garlic cloves in their skins for about 15 minutes, turning them until there's little black spots here and there, but the critical thing is that the garlic will be soft. So when I pick one of these up, I'll be able to twist it. It's very, very firm right now, but I'll be able to twist it and feel that it is cooked all the way through. Again, it'll take about 15 minutes. All of this garlic has been cooked now and cooled down till I could handle it. It's still just a tiny bit warm here, but I'm peeling all of the papery husks off. You need those on there to really protect it during this cooking period. Now, I'm going to do this in a food processor. It's the best way to do it. I think you could do it in a blender, but you're going to produce a slightly different textured product with that. I'm just going to pulse this until it gets chopped up pretty much, but not fine at all. There, I'm going to just stop right there. And I've got 2 cups of olive oil here that we are going to now stream in. But I will tell you, 2 cups is a lot of oil. You can make this with 1.5. I like to have a lot of garlic oil floating on top of this because I use it for all kinds of things. So I'm going to push the on button, stream it in, and then we've got some other seasonings to go here. This will be a measured amount of salt going in here. That will be 1 teaspoon of salt. So I'll put that in there. And then we need some lime juice. Helps preserve it, but it also just bolsters that flavor, just perks it right up. I'm right in the middle of squeezing some here. I'm going to do the last little bit. I need about 1/4 cup of that. So we'll put that in there. Then pulse it a couple of times just to mix that in. And then I'm going to take this stuff and put it, I put it into a deli container like this one here. And just scrape it all in there. And then you put this into your refrigerator and you will have it there. You can keep it for several months. The oil will float to the top, and that's the part that I use for sauteing pretty much anything, but one of my favorite things is sauteed potatoes with just the oil from this. But I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can do with it that I think are just absolutely delicious and fast. You can sort of see how the garlic has settled already, meaning that there's going to be a cap of oil on this. When you're using the oil, you just have to know that that cap of oil or some cap of oil needs to be there all the time. So that if you use up all the oil and the garlic is poking through, just pour some more oil on the top. That's what protects it in the refrigerator. I'm going to put about 4 tablespoons of, sort of after stirring it all back up, because I've got a pan here over about medium heat, and I'll put that in there. And then I've boiled some linguine here, and I'm just going to put that in right on top of it. Yeah. This took about 12 minutes or so to cook from dry pasta. And I can smell that gorgeous garlic flavor there. Now I've got enough here for a couple of servings. I'm just going to show you a really simple and light thing that I'm doing. I'm turning it down now in heat. I think I got most of all of that out of there. Last little bit there. about 1/4 of a cup of pasta water. That will sort of bind everything together. I got some beautiful farmer's market finds here. Some cherry tomatoes. Put those in there. Toss that all around. Some gorgeous looking sage here. Now I like to cut the sage into pieces. They're about 1/4 of an inch or so, like that. Sprinkle that over the top. I recently made this with some chorizo in it too, and it was super good. To add a nice little bit of spice, about a teaspoon of chili flakes. You could put those in there. I like to use the ones that are made out of chipotle chilies sometimes. This is just the kind of regular ones that you can find. Now I'm going to turn the temperature back up again. We're going to finish this off with some cheese. You could use a Mexican queso añejo if you have that on hand. Right now what I'm using is a little bit of pecorino. Or you could use Parmesan for this if you have some of that on hand. I always have some on hand. And we're going to let that just cook in here a little bit. Boy, the smells are just tremendous here. I'm going to save out some of that cheese to go over the top. And then I'm going to put about half of it into this bowl here. This is like when I'm looking for something quick to make. This is so good, especially if you've stocked up with some beautiful vegetables and herbs from your farmer's market. Let's see what we can do there. That looks pretty delicious. A little bit more of that cheese over the top. And then how about just one leaf of sage over the top of that. And you've got a quick meal because you have done all the work and put it away. I think of this stuff as liquid gold. That is Mojo de Ajo pasta with farmer's market vegetables.